pyrotechnics. Out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss last time out, but still in the midst of a great season. Winners of 8 of their last 10. On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the as we're underway in Week 13. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Here we go. 180. Check tight. Check tight. Check tight.
Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On play action, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
On is the rookie 4th-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
We play to win. Let's go.
Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. A first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Rush in, rush in, rush in.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, an 80-yard touchdown, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon, complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo. Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington.
Here we go.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Mostert. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 15-yard line.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run with the former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
White.
Garoppolo going to give this one to McKinnon. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later. That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down. On first down, Barkley. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They go play action with Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides the heat off the corner.
Seems to me that our friend, Old Momentum, I think he's definitely changed teams in this game.
It's only going to grow after that sack, and now, heck, they can get the ball back here and possibly even get the lead. Now the longtime Raven punter, Sam Cook, on to punt it away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's get off the field. Let's get hot.
Garoppolo. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area. So no grounding call.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taken from just outside the 30.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Now, sometimes those punt returns can yield some unnecessary roughness penalty.
Now, I know a lot of guys, when they run a long way to execute a block or make a hit, they're going to launch it no matter what, and it can often cost them.
Here we go. 6, 7 Andrews. I got one. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Let's go.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Antonio Brown hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back them up 5.
Delay of game, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll set them back 5. Tucker now to add the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Garoppolo leaves for McKinnon on the draw. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. Well, they know they've got a good starter. Now the guy coming in to spell him shows he can run it pretty good as well.
And I think he appreciates the starter, wearing people down, tiring them out a little bit. He took full advantage, didn't he? Came in with fresh legs and carried the ball.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo firing quickly here, and that's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover him.
Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, He was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go!
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Barkley, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson being chased out left. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Watch the call! Watch the call!
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Watch the boot, watch the boot.
Now Jackson. And the pressure gets to him again. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Defense wins championship. Right there, 54, right there.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Here we go.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll begin in the AFC South. Tennessee heading north to visit Indianapolis. And it's the Titans on top as that one draws close to halftime. Adam Humphries, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to North Carolina to check on the Panthers at home in Charlotte. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Redskins. Teddy Bridgewater has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville. See what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Chris Conley, a touchdown reception. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Lamar Jackson heading back out as we check out our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. The ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. From the 21, it's second and 10.
Let's set a tone.
On second down, it's Edwards. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So on fourth down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. Tucker's kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
We're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
Let's go, baby.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Let's go.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Check. Check hot. Check the backer, check the backer.
Jackson going to get this out to Brown. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's coming again.
And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
He may try and run for this. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
Right there. 54 Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 22, Jet, cover. 22, Jet, cover.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Eric Armstead just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go. Mike's 54. Move. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike's 5'4. Mike's 5'4.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
Tucker now for the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go!
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick six. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Baltimore. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the fourth and final quarter. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
We got to step it up.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Last year, what a season. 1,377 receiving yards, an NFL record for tight ends en route to his first Pro Bowl. Not bad for the former fifth-round pick. I remember that game, December, against Denver. He had that monster first half, 210 yards. Did not have a single catch in the second half, but still those 210 yards were just 4 yards shy of Shannon Sharp's single-game record for a tight end. A dump down to McKinnon. On that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Garoppolo now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are back within a single score. solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now Gold for the extra point. He's got it, and it's 24-17. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by the 14-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw.
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Jackson back into his end zone. Complete. It's Johnson. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
56. I'm trying to collect. 56 to Mike, boy. 56.
Operating from the gun. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. The Ravens get a new set of downs. Give them 17 on that pickup. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. I got one.
Jackson on 1st down. Over the middle here to Brown. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Jackson now After the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Edwards now on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important 3rd down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. He's back to throw. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Back to throw. Open man is born.
Hey, come on.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Garoppolo hustling him back to the line now. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Garoppolo. Connects with Kittle underneath. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now Garoppolo. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Brings up second and a yard. At the 49ers, 40.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Mark Andrews. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, pick your game up.
Jackson to throw towards the end zone for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for the Ravens, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the playoffs look to be out of reach now as they drop to 4-8. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.